Hey guys, so last week, two of my friends shared the same video with me asking for my opinion. So I watched the video and I was very shocked. So the video is about this American girl who lives in Japan and she goes to Roppongi and kisses random Japanese men, and the concept itself doesn't bother me, but what happened next was totally appalling. So she approaches unsuspecting men, grabs them, and forcibly kisses them without getting any kind of implicit or explicit consent. So she says she did it because she wanted to show that Asian men can be attractive, but why did she have to do this way? And I think many people don't understand how bad this is. So I'm gonna show it. So just take a look at this clip. So from the time when they made eye contact to the time she touched him, it took only 1 second. From touching and kissing, it took a little less than 1 second. So there's no way that he could give consent within these 2 seconds. And just look at his facial expression. And if you look closely, he was actually turning his head away from her, probably because he didn't want to kiss her. So it definitely does look like some of her kisses were totally without consent. And she kissed 10 men in this video, and I find 6 of those interactions horribly wrong. And some people might say, oh, they are smiling, they are laughing, and some people ask for more, so it should be okay. But it's actually not as simple as that, and I'm going to explain why, because it might not be too obvious to people, especially if they don't have any kind of experience of unwanted sexual advance. Just remember, it took her under 2 seconds between making eye contact to kissing him. And if this is happening to you in a very random situation when you're not expecting any of this, you simply don't understand what's going on. You don't have enough time to process, you don't have enough time to register what's going on and make a decision. You will be very confused, and many guys did look very confused in this video. And remember, many people laugh and smile when they feel uncomfortable, when they feel embarrassed. And there's also peer pressure. So she approached a group of guys. Those guys were with their friends, and their friends were laughing. She was laughing. Again, if you are in this situation and you are confused, you just get along with what your friends are doing. Again, you don't have enough time to process what's going on here. And on top of that, it's actually pretty difficult to deal with unexpected sexual advance in a very assertive way. So you may think it's easy to say, sorry, I don't want you to kiss me, please back off, in your head. But many people, if they are in this situation, they will find it very difficult to be assertive and clearly say no. And some people are nice and they don't want to hurt people's feelings. And when somebody is smiling and they are kissing you, it's very hard to just push her away and say no, don't do that. And again, this is Japan. Many people are not used to being very assertive and clearly saying no. And if you are a man, it can be pretty uncool to not playing along with this kind of situation. So it's like she's taking advantage of Japanese culture, her gender and also this kind of group situation. And if you look at this video, does it look like he was totally into it? He was very willingly kissing her? Well, it doesn't to me. And I can also say, well, have you ever watched somebody being bullied? Many people who are bullied, they actually smile and laugh to make it seem like they are playing along. Part of the reason is they might feel ashamed of the fact that they are being bullied. There's a lot of psychology going on in this kind of situation. And many teachers actually don't realize that their students are being bullied because they are laughing and smiling and they think they are just playing. All right, so let's talk about guys asking for more, because some guys did ask for more. And let's face it, if you do this to heterosexual men, many of them will probably enjoy it. But the problem is, in this particular case, he happens to be okay, but you never know. You never know. He might be married, he might be gay, or he might be just not into her. Which leads to the next question. How much did she know about those men before making the video? Well, she actually did an interview like 3 months after posting the video and after the controversy. And in that interview, she mentioned that she knew most of the men in the video, not all, and she had kissed them before, prior to making the video. But here's the thing. That video was edited in such a way that people think that she just approached random people on the street and she just randomly kissed them. If she took the matter of consent seriously, she could have just included a disclosure, or she could have just edited in such a way that it doesn't appear that she's condoning kissing strangers without consent. But she's not doing any of them. So I think it's fair to assume that it was her intention to make people think she kissed completely random guys. And it also seems that she's not taking the question of consent seriously, even though she mentioned the word consent in her interview.
And there's also a portion in the video, if you notice, I went up to like one of the guys that I like in the car area, and it kind of cuts off so people would know that I was giving him consent that I was filming, because there's a part of me saying like, oh, I'm doing a video.
If you listen carefully in this clip,
Oh, sorry!
I'm doing a...
her friend was saying something about filming a video after the interaction. Now, this definitely does not mean the guy gave her consent to kiss him. Just because somebody is aware that you are filming them, it doesn't mean you can just kiss them without consent. But maybe she kissed them before in a club. Does it make it automatically okay to kiss them in the street in front of people? No. And again, remember, this is Japan. Kissing people in public is considered something not very encouraged. I have no problem with kissing girls in public, but many Japanese people do. Many couples in Japan, even if they're married, they wouldn't even dream of kissing in public. So just because you kissed somebody in a dark and noisy club, it doesn't mean you can kiss them in the street. And even within this video, you can see clear differences between consensual and unconsensual kisses. For example, this scene in a club, this looks okay to me. It looks like they might have danced before, flirted before, and kissed before. So he was totally into kissing her. The kissing was completely mutual. But this scene, on the other hand, take a look at his facial expression, for example. The guy naturally looked surprised, and he was like a wall. He wasn't reciprocating her kisses. And this guy happens to be kind of okay-ish, but how about this example? This guy is actually asking for her contact information, so he might be interested in her, but still, when she tries to kiss him, he avoids it. Again, just because somebody is into you, especially in Japan, it doesn't mean he wants to kiss you in front of people in the busy street. Again, I don't have any problem with a girl who kisses many guys. I do occasionally enjoy girls kissing guys, that kind of video. And if you want to do that in Japan, please go ahead and do it. Just make sure that you do it in a flirtatious, playful, respectful, but most importantly, consensual way. And some guys are very sensitive. This could be a traumatizing experience to them. I'm not saying anything difficult. It's very easy to just respectfully approach guys and kiss them. All she had to do was just flirting with them first, or maybe very slowly approaching them so that they would know the kiss was coming. Or she could have just asked. It's very simple. It doesn't seem like she's respecting Japanese men, and if she's not respecting Asian men, I don't see how she could expect other people to respect Asian men. Any human being shouldn't be doing this to any other human beings, regardless of their gender and their sexual orientation. I think she should delete the video, apologize, and never ever do this again. Thanks for watching.